Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel FPGA Made Easy. On this channel you will learn about the FPGA technology and programming from basic to advanced level. In this series of videos we started to learn about Verilog HDL from basic to advanced. For more videos subscribe to this channel and follow us on our Facebook page for the notification. In this video our learning objective is to discuss basic constructs and conventions in Verilog. These conventions provide the necessary framework for Verilog HDL. The lexical conventions of Verilog HDL are similar to those of C programming language. Verilog contains a stream of tokens. These tokens are divided into two parts. In this video, lexical tokens shown in part 1 will be discussed. So let's start. Lexical conventions. Verilog HDL source file, that is design code, consists of a stream of lexical tokens. A token consists of one or more characters and each single character is exactly one token. A good style of format and consistency are essential parts of program readability. The lexical tokens are also important to learn for any programming language. In this video, following lexical tokens are essential and discussed, that is white space, comments, operators and numbers. So first we will discuss about white space token. White space can contain the characters for blanks, tabs, new lines and form fields. Verilog HDL language ignore white spaces except the white spaces used to separate other tokens. White spaces are not ignored in strings variable. Also, blanks and tabs are significant in strings. Let's consider few examples to understand the white space tokens. In column 1, the input command declares variable A, B and C. In the column 2, the same command is written by a designer with lot of spaces, but for the Verilog both are the same. In first column, the string variable is defined with hello world, and in column 2, the same variable is defined with hello world with a lot of spaces, but for the Verilog both are not same. Another lexical token is comments. The main use of comments is to increase the readability and documentation of code so that the user can understand the purpose of the code. Verilog has two types of comments and both are similar to C language. Single line comments. These comments are started with two slashes and end with new line. Second is multi-line comment. It starts with slash asterisk and end with asterisk and backslash. Multi-line comments cannot be nested. The below table shows the example for all type of comments. You can see the input A, B and C. In the comment we have written that these are inputs, so that the user of this code should know that A, B and C are the inputs, and this is called single line comments. If you want to write a block of comments, then you can use this multi-line comments, and as we have written that block comments shall not be nested, so here we can see that it is illegal to nesting the multi-line comments. The third lexical token is operators. Operators are single, double and triple character sequences and are used in expressions such as arithmetic and logical expressions. Unary operator appears to the left of their operand. Binary operators appear between two operands, and ternary operators has two operators characters, that is conditional operator. Below table shows the various examples of unary, binary and ternary operators. Verilog has only one ternary operator, that is conditional operator. The last lexical token we will discuss in this video is numbers. These constant numbers can be divided into two: integer constant and real constants. Integer constants are further subdivided into decimal, hexadecimal, octal and binary. So first we will talk about integer numbers. There are two forms to express the integer constants. The first one is the simple decimal number which are represented through 0 to 9 digits. The second form specifies a base constant which composed of three tokens: size, apostrophe, base format and number. The size is optional and the apostrophe character is we can see the ASCII code for apostrophe character is in hexadecimal is 27. Base format characters are 0, O for octal, H for hexadecimal, B for binary and D for decimal. We can also use these base format character in capital. Size tokens. The first token, size, specifies the size of the constant in terms of its exact number of bits. It is an optional parameter. It must be specified as non-zero unsigned decimal number. The main thing here to remember is apostrophe and base format characters shall not be separated by any white space. We cannot put any space between the apostrophe and the base format characters, which are octal, O for octal, B for binary, H for hexadecimal and D for decimal. So as we have already described that decimal can be represented by D or a capital D and the numbers contain from 0 to 9 digits. Hexadecimal is represented by H or capital H and it contains digits from 0 to 9 and A to F. All capital letters from A to F can be used to represent hexadecimal number in Verilog HTL. Binary represented by a B, small b or a capital B, and it contains the number 0 and 1. Octal can be represented by 0 O or a capital O, and it represented by the number 0 to 7. So number is the third token and it is an unsigned number. It consists of digits that are legal for the specified base format. Unsigned number tokens shall immediately follow the base format or can be used by a one space. So there are few examples of the numbers and which we can use in Verilog HTL. We can directly assign a number in a decimal number. It is an unsigned constant number. In the second line of example 1, you can see that apostrophe H shows the hexadecimal number and we can write 837FF. It is an hexadecimal number. So its size is for 5 hexadecimal number it becomes 20, but as the size is not specified, so it becomes 32-bit number. Similarly, in the second example, we can see it is a sized constant numbers. Here we can see that 4 in the first example 4 apostrophe B1001 is a 4-bit binary number. Similarly, 5 apostrophe capital D3 shows that this 3 is represented by 5-bit binary number. And similarly, X is an unknown, so this is 12 X's in this number. Example 3, using sign with constant numbers. So we cannot use the negative sign or positive sign with the number, but instead of showing it, we have to put before the size parameter. So in the first example, in the example 3, the first one is an illegal syntax because we cannot put a negative sign with the number, but we put negative sign before the number is in it. So now this number is the 2's complement of 6 in 8 bits. Similarly, we can use S character. S tells that this is interpreted as a 2's complement number, and this is equivalent to minus of 1. Similarly, in example 4, we can use underscore characters in numbers. Underscores are ignored by the Verilog, so it is used to increase the readability and so that the chances of error are reduced. There are few more points to remember about the numbers. Negative numbers are represented in 2's complement form, as we have discussed. The X and Z represent the unknown value and high impedance value respectively. Similarly, X and Z, if they are used in hexadecimal, it will be 4 bit. If they are used in octal, they are 3 bits. And if they are used in binary, then they are 1 bit long. If the size of unsigned number is smaller than the size of specified for the constant, the unsigned number shall be padded to the left with zeros. And if the size of unsigned number is larger than the size of specified for the constant, then the unsigned number shall be truncated from the left side. If the size is not specified, then by default size is 32 bit for the integers. The use of X and Z in defining the value of a number is case insensitive. Question mark characters in numbers is an alternative for the Z character in Verilog HDL, and it is used in user defined primitives. The second type of numbers is real constants. They are described by IEEE standard 754 in 1985. This IEEE standard is used for double precision floating point numbers. Real numbers can be specified by decimal notation and by scientific notation. Real numbers expressed with a decimal point shall have at least 1 digit on each side of the decimal point. As shown in the example in green, these all numbers are legal for the Verilog HDL. Invalid form of real numbers are shown in red, where we can see that, as we have described, that there must be a single digit, there must be at least single digit on both sides of the decimal point. So therefore 0.12 is illegal. 9 point is illegal. If we put 9.0, then it will be a legal real number. Real numbers are converted to integers by rounding the real number to the nearest integer, as we have a mathematical rules, not by truncating it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any query regarding this topic, you can write in the comment section, and subscribe to this channel and follow us on our Facebook page for the notification. Thank you.